Hi guys, welcome back to another video of Kerbal Space Program with me, Wolf377. In the last video, we had some issues. This video, all I've done is taken off the bottom, the secondary tanks, because I still think there's enough delta V here to get us to where we want to go. So all I'm going to do is keep the throttle about 2/3 and put the SAS on, and here we go. So here we go, a bit glitchy there, don't know what's going on there, I'll try not to look at it. It's probably something to do with my computer, it's a bit buggy. And here we go, off to the moon. So I'm going to try and keep this this throttle on, not too much, not going to go mad. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy MechJeb, and that always turns, does a gravity turn, only slightly, only about 5 degrees, at about 5,000. And I think that's quite a good start. So any minute now, what I'm going to do is incline ever so slightly there. That's our incline. And what that will do is that will give us the beginnings of a parabola on our trajectory, which is very important. Just keep it going there a little bit. Take the throttle off just slightly. We want to conserve some of our fuel. No need to go too fast. As long as that throttle's always, the speed's always going up, we don't mind too much. And I'm just going to start to turn a bit more now, to 10 degrees. Try and keep that steady there. You can see we're still accelerating away from the surface. And now I'm going to cut all fuel and just check my trajectory from here. So we've still got quite a ways to go until we get to where I want to be. So I'm going to increase the fuel a bit and just angle her up here like that. Okay, second stage. So I think that's about perfect. So we've got the angle there and we're not getting a lot of speed up, which is perfect. So if we just maintain that, and what will happen is this will slightly increase, ever so slightly. We don't want to get too high, but we definitely want that sideways momentum to increase. So that will keep going. Let's have a look here. Yep, that should be okay. Hopefully we're not going to run out of fuel too quickly. That's what we want. And as this orbit gets up faster and faster and faster, we're going to put more of a sideways spin on it. So we're still going up. So it's when this starts to decrease is when you start to worry, because when this aposis starts to decrease, it means you're past the highest point and you're on your way down, which we don't want to happen at the moment. Okay, now we're basically where I want to be. I don't want to get too high above 100,000, sorry. So now I'm going to put my mark on the horizon level, and what that will do, that's only adding horizontal velocity. This should stay roughly the same. It's going up ever so slightly, but negligible as far as I'm concerned. I'm more concerned about how long this looks, because obviously the longer it gets, the more chance it's got of an orbit that goes all the way around. So that's slowly increasing, which is very, very good. We're looking for fuel. Plenty of fuel left on that main stage. So we just need to keep this burning ever so slightly. Might increase the throttle just a little bit. We can afford it, we've got plenty of fuel left. There we go. Can really get some speed up now. I'm trying to complete this orbit. I might put a bit more throttle up. A bit more sideways. Really throttle now, because I will really want to get this orbit done. Put it down so it doesn't overheat. Check my map again. Okay, turning throttle off completely now. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to coast to the aposis. Majestic. Coasting over Kerbal world. Just going to fast forward a little bit. to get me closer to that area there. Okay, I'm roughly there. I'm just going to level up now to the horizon again. So we've got more of that horizontal velocity. That's what we need. And all we're going to do is we're going to wait until we hit that aposis, and I'm just going to finish it off. I might start now and just use up the rest of this fuel tank because I know we're low. There you go, so that's the fuel tank gone. So now I'm just going to decouple. And I'm going to start up the other engines. Oh, that was a loud bang. Okay, everything seems to be okay, so I'm not too worried about that explosion. That was obviously external to the craft. So now what I'm going to do is throttle up and try and complete this orbit. There you go. And now all we need to do is wait until these become... There we go. Now. So these should be roughly equal 63. Obviously not, because we're a bit skew-if, but the point is we can't really correct it from our current position, so we just have to wait it out. So, I don't really care about circularizing this orbit. What I do care about is getting to the moon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a node here and increase it. Boom. Straight away we've got an encounter, because the way we lifted off there is that we pointed to the 270 mark when we wanted to go around in a circle, because you've got four choices really, but it's either 90 or 270, and I always get it the wrong way around, but today's a good day. Actually no, today's a bad day, I should have gone the other way around, but it doesn't matter too much. So that's not a bad start. If I just decrease this orbit a little bit, like that, just so it's within the orbit, and we know it's to the left, so I can slowly swivel this round. There we go. And then I can increase it just a little bit. There you go, and we've got 53 seconds of burn, and that's going to be quite, get us quite close. Not close enough, I want to get a little bit closer, if at all possible. There we go, we've got quite a big bend there as well, so that will really help us stabilise our orbit. Okay, so I'm going to set this up. We've got 11 minutes until this burn. 10 now. Let me just line this up now so I don't have to worry about it. There it is, down there. So if you line it up on the blue, obviously your position will change, but you should remain over the blue target. There you go, over the blue target until it reaches the node, which is going to happen in a minute. And when it gets to about 40 seconds, I'm going to increase throttle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to increase throttle to about that mark there, because I believe these nodes assume you're always going to use maximum throttle, and I don't like ever using the maximum. So now we just need to wait out this burn. So you can slowly see our aposis getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You'll always want to try and burn when you're closest, because small minute changes over here at your periapsis are going to make massive differences to your aposis. So we can see we're just doing little burns here, and look how many kilometers this is moving out now. It's doing it like, you know, every 3 seconds you've got 100 there, and you'll notice that the bigger this orbit gets, the further this gets away from your periapsis, the more your aposis will change depending on the small minute changes you make over here. So here we go, getting closer and closer and closer. Weird stereo sounds going on there. And as we get closer, I'm just going to throttle off a little bit and correct my orbit, and then cut off completely there. There we go. That's pretty close. You're not going to get any closer than that, and I'm happy with that. So now all we have to do is wait out for our encounter. This is a good time to quick save. And I'm just going to fast forward now until we get to the encounter. So here we go. Time warping up. Remember, it's only going to get slower as it gets further away, because your velocity does get slower. And now we're gonna enter the sphere of influence from the moon, and at that point I'm gonna go back down to 0 time warp. Maybe just get inside that sphere. Here we are. Now this is not how gravity works. Sorry, I don't know if you heard any of that. Ordinarily, this is not how gravity works, and you don't have sphere of influences really. It's all combined, but for the purposes of this game, it makes it far more simplified by kind of having it in this format, because then you know we can comprehend what's actually going on. Otherwise, you know, it's just a bit of a cluster effort. So here we go, approaching the periapsis, and it's at this point where we need to slow down and let gravity from the moon take over. And so you saw that big switch there that happened. That's because I'm orbiting the wrong way around. But that shouldn't matter too much, I don't think. So we've got a 25-second burn coming up. In 25 minutes, so just speeding up to that now. 16 minutes, 12 minutes, 10, 9, 8, oh, 10. Okay, now we slow down. Just going to line this up, getting ready. There's no reason, you know, you don't have to burn where I put that node. I've only done that to give me a rough guide of where we need to go, so I can do it now if I wanted to. Just slowly change the order of things. So here we go. This changes our direction that we would normally orbit Kerbal. There's a bit of a noise change there. Everything seems to be okay still. Potentially our middle main thruster is about to run out of fuel, which is an issue. Because it means we have a lot less delta V to use in order to create this orbit and to land, for that matter. And I think that's just happened. Yep. So now I'm going to have to throttle up a bit more and just get that delta V to complete the orbit. There we go. So we've now completed that. And all I'm going to do is keep on that throttle. And I'm not really too bothered where I'm going to land today, I don't think. As long as it's the light side. So I'll bring it in. Maybe that big crater there. So we'll stop there. Then what we want to do is create a node over here. Get rid of that one. Create a node here. And we're just going to bring this in slowly, slowly, slowly. And that's probably the trajectory we want if we're going to aim for somewhere like that. So now I'm just going to line that node up and fast forward to that area. A good time to fast save. This is basically our last stable quick save because it's our last stable orbit. The next burn we make will put us onto a crash course, so I want to try and make that not happen. Again, I'm totally guessing where we're going to land. I'm hoping for that dark crater, but to be fair, because the moon's rotating and I'm human and guessing, that could be you know, a bit of a guess, which it's just a total guess. So I'm hoping we'll be okay. Okay, again I'm preempting the burn. I don't really care how exact we are. And there we go. Okay, again, going to fast forward a little bit. Until we're roughly above the crater that we want to go into. And now what I'm going to do is take away some of that sideways velocity. So you can see that now coming in. keep hearing some awfully strange sounds. I'm hoping that's nothing to worry about. There we go. Let's aim somewhere in there. Speed up a little bit. And now what I'm going to do is take some of our velocity away. Now this will also take away some of our sideways velocity, because that's our velocity is going to be made up by two components, the vertical and the horizontal. So the vertical is going to be straight down. So I can line up here and make sure that we don't have any vertical, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm more worried about the horizontal. So when we get to where we want to land, I can just remove all the horizontal force, velocity, sorry. So here we go. This is just taken away some of that V. I really don't want to land on the surface of one of these craters. Sorry, on the side of one of these craters. I'd rather land on a flat area. So we'll aim for somewhere flat, but it's very difficult to aim. Stop. Okay, so now that's our surface velocity. Okay, so let's have a look at our spaceship here. I'm going to put the glider down. Now I think we're doing okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quick save again, because I don't know where the surface of the moon is going to be. And by that I mean I don't know if it's going to be 0 or a couple of thousand. I just don't know at this stage. So all we're going to do is we're going to wait until we get a bit closer. Then I'm going to start to burn up, reducing our speed. Hopefully we've got enough to land nice and easily. That'll do. Now let's speed up a little bit more. Okay, we're very close now. I'm going to burn that off again. And suddenly the moon looks a lot closer than it did a minute ago. So F5 one last time. Here we come in for the final approach. And at about 3000 I'm going to start burning again. And that will be a full-on burn to the surface. I'm going to do it a bit earlier because I'm getting scared. Now one of the things you want to look for is your shadow, because that will give you an idea of whereabouts you are. There's my shadow. Excellent stuff. So I really need to start burning that velocity off now. We've got quite a lot of sideways velocity for some reason. I'll try and cancel some of that out. Ooh, a bit shaky there. Bit shaky. But, oh, not too bad. That was a bit shaky at the end there, a bit tense, but we made it in one piece. And now, of course, we can extend our panels. Extend the ladders. And our little Kerbal is going to go on his EVA. You might want to extend the communicatron as well, so we can tell Earth that we landed okay, but we'll do that in a minute. Ooh, oh. Up too slow. He's alright though, the low gravity's fine. So here he is on the moon. He's going to put up the flag. Genvis lands on the moon. Genvis Site 1. Oops. Genvis Site 1. Okay, Genvis, back home you go. If you jump, press R, and then press Shift and the direction keys, you can control his little flight. And let's get him back in that lander can. Oh god. Okay, there was an issue there. He ran out of ladder. I obviously didn't do that very well. That's okay. Cool. Now, I don't know if we're going to make it back okay, but we're going to try anyway. Okay. In 3, 2, 1. In fact, I'm going to save that for the next video. So yeah, do watch the next video, and we'll get... Oh, it's not even Genvis, it's Dudmal. Ah, sorry, Dudmal, Kerbal, Kerman. He must feel cheated. Never mind, too late now. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, like, rate, and subscribe, and I'll do some more. Bye for now.